all seen them. Blurry UFO clips, shaky night sky videos, mysterious lights we can't explain. But this is different. One day in Buga, Colombia, a metallic object the size of a football appeared out of nowhere. It floated erratically above the town and then it landed. Clean, controlled. Locals rushed to the scene. No noise, no impact crater, just a perfect metallic sphere. No seams, no screws, no signs of human craftsmanship, and carved into its surface were symbols no one could recognize. Inside, multiple metal layers, a central chip, and what appear to be fiber optic threads, like it was built to receive something. Maybe data, maybe a signal. And here's the part that haunts scientists most. The ground where it landed, completely dried out. No grass has grown back since. Is it a lost artifact, a piece of advanced art, or a probe from somewhere far beyond our world? This isn't just another UFO sighting. This is the Buga Sphere, and its story is only just beginning. It began like any other afternoon in the quiet town of Buga, Colombia, until people looked up. A small, dark object hovered silently in the sky, moving in sharp, almost mechanical patterns. It wasn't like a drone, it wasn't a balloon, and it certainly wasn't a bird. Eyewitnesses say it shimmered in the sunlight, rotating slowly, almost as if it was scanning something. Then, without a sound, the object descended, not crashed, landed right in the middle of a grassy field on the town's outskirts. Within minutes, curious locals surrounded it. What they found wasn't just a piece of metal, it was something far stranger. About the size of a football, weighing nearly 5 pounds, the metallic sphere sat motionless in the dry grass. But it wasn't scorched, it wasn't hot, and there were no visible seams, screws, or welds. The object looked like it had been forged in a single impossible step, something beyond modern manufacturing. Some said it looked too clean, too perfect. Others noticed the markings, not scratches, not dents, but etched symbols, curving patterns, and geometric lines that looked more ancient than alien. Glyphs, not from any language anyone could identify. And the strangest thing, the ground around it was dead, completely dry, like the life had been sucked out of it. Even weeks later, the grass never grew back. Local authorities secured the area. Scientists and researchers were called in. Within days, the story of the Buga Sphere exploded across UFO forums and investigative channels. Everyone wanted to know, what was this thing? Where did it come from? And why here? Initial scans showed something stunning. The sphere wasn't solid. Inside, researchers found multiple metallic layers, some rotating loosely around a central chip-like structure. Suspended around it were microscopic spheres, perfectly formed and evenly spaced. Then came the most unbelievable part, thin fiber-like strands, possibly fiber optic wires, running along the interior, suggesting the sphere could transmit or receive information. Not just an object, maybe a device. But for what? As news spread, theories emerged. Some claimed it was an alien probe sent to study human behavior or Earth's atmosphere. Others suggested a classified military technology accidentally dropped, and a few believed it was a message, not in words, but in structure. A message that could only be read by those who knew how to decode it. And yet, even with advanced imaging and lab studies, one truth remained. No one could explain how this thing was made, or by whom. The Buga Sphere wasn't just another sighting, it was tangible, real, sitting in a lab, defying everything we thought we knew about technology, history, and maybe even reality. Once inside the lab, the mystery only deepened. The Buga Sphere was no ordinary object. Materials scientists, physicists, even military consultants were called in, each expecting a simple hoax or, at best, an unregistered drone part. But as the scans began, the room grew quiet. The sphere's outer shell was made of a dense alloy, one not immediately recognizable. It had no entry points, no detachable parts, and still no seams. Even under a microscope, there was no evidence of welding or molding. It was like it had been formed in a single flawless pour, a method that, with today's known tech, would be nearly impossible at this scale. Inside, things became even more bizarre. The core of the object wasn't solid. CT scans revealed 3 distinct metallic layers, each thinner and more complex than the one above it. Between them were networks of ultra-fine threads, resembling fiber optic cables, coiled tightly and wrapped in a spiral pattern, like nerves in a brain. Each wire led to the center, where a chip-like node pulsed faintly under infrared light. Was it still functioning? That's when researchers noticed something else. Whenever the sphere was brought near certain types of electronics, like radios, magnetic sensors, or even older analog clocks, those devices would start to glitch, distort, or fail altogether. And in one experiment, a sealed compass began to spin wildly just by being in the same room. Whatever this object was, it seemed to be emitting something, possibly a low-frequency electromagnetic field, or worse, something we don't yet have tools to measure. But the strangest clue wasn't inside the sphere, it was on its surface. Those etched markings that looked decorative, they weren't random. A linguist recognized patterns that bore striking resemblance to Proto-Sumerian symbols, some of the oldest written characters on Earth. Others mirrored designs seen in crop circles and ancient rock art, from regions separated by oceans and centuries. How could a modern object contain designs that predate written history? One theory gained traction. The Buga Sphere wasn't just advanced, it was deliberate, designed to be found, designed to be studied, or maybe decoded. And that's where the wildest ideas began to surface. Could this object be a message, a technological artifact sent from another civilization, a relic from an ancient human past that reached a level of advancement we've since forgotten? Skeptics argue it's all coincidence. Maybe it's an art installation gone viral, or a complex engineering project someone lost control of. But if so, who made it, where, and why hasn't anyone come forward? As questions piled up, scientists started to disagree. Was it dangerous? Was it sending signals right now? Should it even be studied, or should it be contained? The Buga Sphere, once a footnote in a town's local news, had become a global enigma, and no one had a clue how deep this mystery might actually go. As weeks passed, the Buga Sphere stopped being just a story. It became a symbol of possibility, of fear, of the unknown. The research team had grown, now including experts in quantum materials, signal transmission, and even cryptographers. But despite the advanced tech and round-the-clock analysis, they still couldn't answer the one question everyone was asking. What is it doing here? See, we've seen UFOs in blurry cell phone footage. We've heard stories, abduction accounts, radar anomalies, strange lights in the sky. But this was different. The Buga Sphere didn't vanish into the clouds or hide behind military cover-ups. It landed publicly, in full view of dozens of people. It left evidence, physical traces, radiation, burnt soil, damaged electronics, and it hasn't gone away. In one of the latest experiments, a team exposed the sphere to a range of audio frequencies. At exactly 432 Hz, a tone historically associated with harmony and ancient tuning systems, the object gave off a brief, ultra-low hum, so quiet it could only be picked up by vibration sensors. Was it a response? Was it listening? And here's something even stranger. When artificial intelligence software was used to map the etched markings on the sphere's surface, the symbols arranged themselves in a fractal pattern, a type of mathematical design found in nature, in galaxies, in human DNA. The sphere wasn't just marked, it was coded, possibly with meaning, structure, or instructions. But instructions for what, and why now? Some theorists believe the sphere is not from space, but from Earth's own forgotten future. A time capsule, a device designed to be discovered when we were ready. A test, perhaps, of how we would respond to knowledge beyond our understanding. Others say it could be a warning, a silent signal about what happens when a species reaches a turning point. Technological power without spiritual maturity. And then there are those who think it's already too late. that we were never supposed to find it. Here's what we know. The Buga Sphere exists. It was found in public. It behaves unlike any known object, and nobody, not the skeptics, not the scientists, not even the ones spinning the wildest theories, can fully explain it. That makes it real, that makes it important, and maybe, just maybe, it makes it the beginning of something bigger. Because if a silent object, no bigger than a football, can rewrite what we think we know about technology, history, and reality, then what else is out there, just waiting to be found?